Welcome to our virtual free spring break craft bag at the Museum of the Grand Prairie in Mahomet. Today we're making an old popular toy that shows us the persistence of vision. What does persistence of vision mean? It's when you take two or more single pictures and you move them fast enough that the eye sees it as one. Who has heard of a film strip? This is what a camera takes. Now when you go to the movie theater and you're sitting in your seat and you look up high on the wall behind you, you'll see the hole where the light comes through, and that's where the film projector goes, and you can see it on the screen. Up until 10-ish years ago, most movie theaters had film strips like this that made the movie. Now there were many inventions that led to the movie theater today. We're going to go backwards in time to see a couple more of those. Who's heard of a flip book? They were invented in 1868, and they were the first form of animation that used linear images, linear meaning in a straight line. In your craft bag, you'll get this paper. If you look at the horse's feet, they're not all exactly the same place. That's because when you follow the directions and make your flip book, it appears that the horse is running. And once you flip the pages, that's exactly what it looks like. 40 years before that, in 1829, the phantasmoscope was invented. This was the first form of animation using circular images, and you can see this time the horse is running in a circle. To properly use the phantasmoscope, you need to look into a mirror, put the horses facing the mirror, put my face right next to it, and then my eyes are going to look through the slits, and as I spin it, it appears as though the horse is running. In 1825, the Thaumatrope was invented. That took two separate images, spun it quickly, and your eye saw it as one. Here is a bird cage, and on the other side, the bird. They are separate images. But when spun, it appears as though the bird is in the cage. This is the first pair of pictures that was put on the original Thaumatrope. The next one is a fishbowl, and what do you suppose is on the other side? The fish. And when it's spun, the fish is happy back in his bowl. Now today, we are all going to make flowers to celebrate springtime. I'll show you a few types, and then you will be able to create your own. So, the flower is big, bold, and bright. If you see, it takes up more than half of the Thaumatrope paper. It's colorful, and it's not finite details. This one also has multiple colors on it. It's big. It's fine to just use one color, but once again, remember that they're big. Once you have your flower drawn, we then do stems. I will show you a couple ways to do a stem, and then I will show you how to put it on. So, I have stems drawn. Once again, you can see they are big, they are bright, they are bold, and they're not skinny like some flower stalks are. Now, the challenging part of doing a Thaumatrope is to figure out exactly where the back images are going to be placed. So, I have my flower drawn. Now I need to decide where to put my stem. I want it to be here. So I turn it towards the light, and I can see my flower through here. So I'm going to put my finger right where I want my stem, put it down on the table, and start to draw my stem. Once I am done with my stems, I can add my straw with a little piece of tape. Doesn't matter which side you put it on. I usually choose the flower side so it's not covering my stem. And then you are ready to have fun and spin. Now, once you're done with your flowers, I challenge you to create your own. Remember, you have to choose where to put what. So I drew a tree like we have right now with no leaves on it. Pretty soon, there will be flowers and leaves. So I had to look up, see where to put them, and when I spin it, I have my spring tree. Fall time has a few more leaves on the tree branches, but most of them are on the ground. Now it's a lovely fall day. In winter, some of you probably got a few snowmen built the last week or so. We know snowmen are not purple, but if I did a white one, he would never show up. I also have to decide what's going to be on my other side. I wanted to make a hat, so I have to make sure that my head does not come all the way to the top. And then I have my hat and my large stick arms, large hat, so you can see it when we spin. I did a Christmas tree, and on the other side, I want to put the trunk and the stars, so I have to pay attention to leave room for both of them. And when I spin it, it's finished too. So have lots of fun creating your own Thaumatrope. It's a great Google search to learn a little bit of history during this spring break from school. You can research persistence of vision, film strip, flip book, phantasmoscope, Thaumatrope, and have fun. Thanks for joining me. See you soon, and happy spring.